back. There will not be a time that I don't adjust this mat because this isn't where I normally keep my mat. Okay. So right now I'm in the process of trying to decide if I'm gonna put my old logo back up right here or do something a little different. But I really don't want to destroy the wall unless I really know what the plan is. So if you guys have any input on that, please let me know. Otherwise, let's get started. Today we're doing 20 minutes. We're always doing 20 minutes now. Lower body. So we're still going to incorporate the full body, but we're going to be using a set of 10 pounds and 25. So what that means for you guys is your medium set, so whatever that is to you, anywhere between 8 to 12, and a heavy set anywhere between 15s to all the way up to as heavy as you want to go. Typically, I actually use a lot heavier than this, but today we're not going to be too crazy. So let's get started with the warm-up. Remember, everything we do, every exercise is only 30 seconds long, so you're focused on form, not speed. Let's get started. Can you see this? No. Okay, so we're going to still start with the warm-up, 30 seconds each movement with our elbow to knee tucks. 3, 2, and 1. Elbow to knee tuck just like this. Squeeze, squeeze, waking up the abs, waking up the hips. 4 moves, 2 times through, just like this. Relax the shoulders, squeeze the abs, just like this. Next, we're gonna wake up those hamstrings with some good mornings. So I'm gonna hinge at the hips and come back up. Hinge all the way. Notice I'm not rounding my spine. I'm keeping it neutral, slightly arched, so that we wake up those hamstrings, which is the area that runs all down here underneath the glutes. You've got 10 seconds. Join me now if you're just joining. I know we are using weights today, but you can still move if you're at a desk and you just want to get some movement and get some blood flowing. 10 seconds of squats here, down and up. Breathing. We've got 20 seconds. That's it. 15. Keep the chest up, keep the weight in the heels, knees in line with toes. Next, we're gonna get a crawl out. So I'm gonna come to the end of my mat. I'm gonna reach up, crawl it forward, and back. So I'm not gonna bend my knees at all with this. Gonna keep my legs nice and straight. So I also stretch out the hamstrings as I come down and as I come up. Reach down all the way to plank and back up. Reach. Okay, let's get round 2 of the warm-up. Elbow to knee tucks just like this. Elbow to knee tuck and twist, tuck and twist. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good. 20 seconds. Chest to that knee, elbow to knee. 15. Last time through with all of this. You're breathing. We're gonna get those good mornings. 3, 2, 1. So my feet are hip width apart. I'm gonna hinge down and up, down and up, just like this. You're not rounding your spine. You're the opposite, so that we're getting the backs of the legs, which we're gonna train a lot today. Back up, 15 seconds. Down and up. 10. We have squats in 5, 3, 2, and 1. Let's get those squats. Knees in line with toes, chest is up. We're breathing. Keeping your weight in your heels, guys, the back half of the body. Like this, 15 seconds. Good. And 10. And 5. We have those crawl outs for the last time. 3, 2, 1. Big reach. Don't hit your plants. I'm hitting mine. Crawl it out. Squeeze the glutes. Bring it back up. Down. Abs are tight. Almost done with the warm up. This is our last one. And bring it back. Okay, guys, let's get right into it. So using one of my 25s, just one, I'm gonna hold it in my left hand. I'm gonna send my left leg back and over for a cold curtsy lunge, just like this. So my leg comes back, but it's so important to send it over so it goes into my right glute and not into the quad, so not into the front of the legs. So I'm pressing my right heel into the mat. I know today's a little bit of a heavier day, but you know, we gotta do it. Switch sides. Right leg is back and over about a foot. That's what a curtsy lunge is, back and over. So now I'm pressing my left heel into the mat, making sure that I'm getting my glutes, not my quads, so not the front half side of my body, the back half. It's our goal. Last one. Okay, now we have to get our Romanian deadlift. So similar movement to what we did with the warm-up, with the good morning. Grab both those heavy weights, and we're coming down, up, squeeze the glutes. Down, look, I'm only going until I feel that tight pull in my hamstrings, and then I come back up. It's not about reaching to your toes, because we don't want to round the spine. This is the worst thing we can do because it's going to go into the lower back. You come until you can't go down any further. Down and up, 20 seconds left. Squeeze the glutes, weight in the heels. So I have a micro bend in my knees, just a tiny bend, and back up. Down and back up, so good. Okay, let's see, what do I want to grab? We'll stick with one of these, and we're gonna go goblet squat. So I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna add a pulse, and back up. Weight is in my heels no matter what, and back up 15 seconds. Down, pulse, up, down, pulse, up. So good. Okay, I'm gonna put my heavy weights on my shoulders. I kind of like to hold them out in front like this. We have a lateral split squat, so toes are forward, and you're gonna go into one side at a time, as if you're doing a side lunge, but this is gonna be static. So weights in my heels, toes forward. Just like this. Last one. And okay, enough with the heavy. So now we're gonna go back to a lightweight move. Gonna take 110, and I'm just gonna get a forward lunge. So now we're just toning the full leg. So before we were working on strength training the glutes, the hamstrings, the areas you would actually wanna build size. And then to keep the overall leg small, we're going back to lightweight here. Switch sides, 3, 2, 1, for overall toning of the full body. Now making sure it's 90 degrees behind the knees of the front knee every time you land. Notice you never want your knees to come past your toes. You can actually feel it hurts the knee right away. Always keep 90 degrees behind that knee. 10 seconds. Last one. And let's come on down. Glute bridge time. You cannot do booty without a glute bridge, a weighted glute bridge. I know I say this often in other videos. The key is actually going to be adding weight. So I'm going to come down, up, pulse, and down. Up, add that pulse for an extra glute squeeze, and down. And down, up, pulse. So it's really good to have a very heavy weight with this. You could even use both of your heavy weights if you wanted. Just kind of hard to find the room, the space. Pulse and down. 20 seconds. Up, pulse, down. 15, and down. We've got 10, stay with me. Pull, squeeze, and down. Last one, up, pulse, and down. So next we're gonna do a laying leg raise. You're gonna use your medium weight. I'm gonna lay on my right side. I'm actually gonna rest the weight down the leg. It seems kind of strange at first, but you're just raising up and down here. So you're not opening your hips towards the ceiling. They stay nice and stacked. You actually wanna think about your glute doing some of the work here. Up and down, up. Then we're gonna get the inner leg, which is gonna look even stranger, but it's really hard to train the inner legs with free weights. So I'm just gonna raise and lower my inner leg. Again, making sure the side of my leg is what's facing the ceiling. It's not the front of my leg, because as we start to turn, it's gonna be a different muscle group that we're training. It's gonna be more into the hip flexor. We wanna stay in those inner leg muscles instead. 10 seconds. And you do that by staying stacked. So saying those hips are facing the phone. And switching sides. Let's get that top leg here. Okay, pushing it also as close to the knee as we can. Raise and lower. So think about the glute kind of helping with this. Hips, nice and stacked. So good. 10 seconds. 5. And we'll get the inner leg right here. Oops. Okay. Pulse up if I can get it. It's very hard, like I said, to train the inner leg, the adductors with weight, but this is a way to do it. It's a tiny movement, but higher rep, you're definitely gonna feel it. 10 seconds. Almost there. What is that sound? 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's go ahead and stretch for a full minute because it's super important after strength training to get nice and deep into the glutes. So I'm gonna go back to this pigeon pose here, bringing one knee into close to the center and kind of side of my body. Wiggle it out and come down. And when you're ready, the other side. I like to bring my knee more into like the center of my chest a bit. Come down. Wiggle it out. We're also going to do a seated glute stretch. The sun is crazy. It's like too intense, not intense. So you're hugging your knee to your chest, not the other way around. We're bringing that knee to our chest. Okay, it's already time to get back into it with one of your heavy weights. I'm gonna use this 25. I'm holding it in my left hand. Gonna send my left leg back and over. 3, 2, 1. So back, over, and up. Back, pulse. Oh, I'm adding a pulse, but we didn't do that. So no pulse, just down and up. So because we're not trying to strength train the quads, that's why I'm doing a curtsy lunge. So I'm going back and then over about a foot. Switch sides. 3, 2, 1. So same thing. Think like you're bringing your foot back like a normal lunge and then over to the side of the mat. 20 seconds. Keep your chest up and really plant that heel into the ground. 10 seconds. We got to get our strength training in. I know we don't want to. Okay. Deadlift. So this one's very important to get the backs of the legs, and that is the muscle groups responsible for helping to prop up the glutes. So you want to train glutes and hammies. Hamstrings if you're looking to build size in the glutes and to kind of prop up the glute muscles. Down, up. Only a few inches past the knees till you really feel that tight pull in the hammies. You have 3 hamstrings in each leg. Down, up. Keep the core nice and engaged and making sure you're not arching the back. You just have a nice neutral spine, even at the top. 20 seconds. Down and up. 10 seconds. Next, I'm gonna drop one weight. We have a goblet squat, which means I'm gonna hold it up high here. And we're squatting feet wider than shoulder width, toes slightly turned out. Knees in line with toes. Send the glutes back as if there's a chair behind you and you're tapping that chair with your booty. Back up. 15 seconds. Keeping the chest up so the weight's just kind of in a different spot right now. Down and up. So we have one more heavy move. This is the secret sauce, your lateral split squat. Feet get super wide, but toes are forward. I'm coming down side to side as if it's a side lunge. Back up and down. Like there's a chair behind me and I'm tapping my butt to the chair on each side. Tap. Just like this. Toes are forward. Knees in line with toes. Okay, now we have our glute bridge. Weights on the hips. So normally in the gym, I actually use an 80-pound when I do this. You can use really heavy weight with this. You would be very surprised. Up and down. Weight is right over my glutes. Don't let it roll forward. Just make sure it's right over the glutes. Up, pulse, down. Let's add that pulse. Up, pulse, down. Up, pulse, and down just like this. 20 seconds. Pulse, feet are shoulder width, toes are forward. Hips are super strong. You'd be surprised how much weight you could handle here. 10 seconds. And you can also add a band. All right, popping up. Now we have your leg raises. You could even try to go really heavy with this and use your heavy. I'm just gonna use my 10 to show you guys like proper form, because once it gets heavy, it gets a little crazy. Okay. Up and down. Up and down, just like this. Sun is boiling as usual. Hips are stacked, don't start to open them towards the ceiling. Inner leg, still close to the knee, so my legs are still really close together. And you're pulsing. It definitely feels weird, but you should feel it on those inner leg muscles. Without a cable machine or the adductor machine at the gym, it can be just very hard to get the inner leg. Pulse. Let's switch sides in 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Okay, raise and lower. We're almost done. 20 seconds. Think about the glute kind of helping with this motion. Raise, lower. 10 seconds. Up and down. And inner leg. We're so close to being done. Inner leg here. Good. Up and down. Stick with it. 15 seconds. I think that we are missing something, but I'm not sure what is. But we should get a little weighted hydrant in. So, bonus round. It's a little bit harder to do with this weight, but I'm gonna take my 10, place it behind my knee, and we're gonna raise and lower that weight. And down. And down. 15 seconds. Knee is 90 degrees. Shoulders directly above the wrists. Raising and lowering all the way, guys. Last exercise. And then we're gonna stretch. Same thing, so notice I'm coming up 90 degrees and down. All the way up, all the way down. Like I could balance a plate on my lower back. They're nice and still, my hips. 15 seconds left. And then we'll stretch in 10. Keep going. Activate those glutes. Almost there. And let's get that stretch in one more time. Oh, I know what it is, our forward lunges. We didn't need those, it's okay. Today was a little wild card round. Okay, pigeon. The forward lunge is good, but it just was toning. We got more into the glutes instead. The second round, get the other side. Get right into those glutes, into the hips. Deep breath. Let's get our seated glute stretch one more time. Gonna hug my knee to my chest, pull it back, fall back a little bit, you'll feel it. Other side. Pull back. We're almost done. I know you guys have been enjoying the hip flexor stretch. So we'll get our little hip flexor stretch really quick. You have been sitting at a desk all day. Send that left leg way far back. Watch the front knee, so just walk the foot out so that this knee is 90 degrees. Push into the hips. Reach up, reach over. We can stretch out our hamstrings again. We've been working on those a lot today, so you'll definitely feel this. Point the toe to get kind of the top of the leg muscles and feet muscles and ankle muscles here. Switching sides, big push forward. Reach up and back and over. These muscles are always tight, pretty much on everybody. And hammy stretch in the front here. Point the toe. Get those front kind of ankle muscles no one talks about. Oof, oh, that hurt. Okay, guys. I don't know if this is your favorite time. I don't think it is. What's everyone saying? Okay, well, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.